Did you know that you can get free advertising for your personal chef business? Now, if you are an introverted personal chef business owner, this might get you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but I am here to get you extra motivated so you can take advantage of this. Hey there, Chef Shelly here. I have had a successful personal chef business for over 15 years. And when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I help passionate cooks just like you start your own personal chef business so you can get paid to do what you love, cook on your own terms. So even though this might get you out of your comfort zone a little bit, the good news is that it can all be done from your computer. And it really only takes a few minutes, and it can have a huge impact on everything from getting people to your website to getting people to even call you if you do it right. So I'm going to show you how you can get in local news, on local news, media outlets, local influencers, whether it's TV or radio or print or online or an influencer. So here's exactly how you're going to do it. First, I want you to find the places that do local coverage. This is key, okay? These can be outlets, anything like local newspapers, local online magazine style websites, or all the way to influencers that do content on your local scene. Things like this. There are a lot of options in these categories, and I want you to come up with at least 3. Then here's an example of exactly what you're gonna do. The local newspaper here is the Dallas Morning News. So I went online to Googled for their website, found it, and then I went to the local business section and scrolled through the articles. Now you're gonna wanna look for the ones that feature, again, local businesses in your area. And it could be about a new business opening, maybe a new business closing, an old business closing, or something that's happening seasonally or a holiday or anything that's newsworthy that has to do with local business. Now, chances are you're gonna notice the same name or group of names keep popping up under these articles, and that means there is a specific person or people assigned to cover these local business happenings. So on this site, I just clicked on the name and boom, there's the email address to contact them directly. Now, if you can't find their contact info this easily, just see if their website has a staff directory anywhere, or even try Googling their first, last name, and the name of the publisher, or maybe LinkedIn. Because here's the secret, you don't want to just email the main info@newspaper.com, because that email box is probably overflowing with crap and spam and crazies, and you're just gonna get lost in the shuffle. So you wanna contact the person who is specifically handling local businesses. You can email, but bonus points if you call. Anyway, just throwing it out there. So a great tactic if you are emailing is to attach your media or press kit. Now, if you don't know what a media kit is, no big deal. I'm gonna walk you through it and even give you a free template, all right? It's a super simple 1-page or maybe double-sided doc that has info about you, your picture, info about your business, who you serve, what your services are, maybe some client testimonials, links to anything you wanna highlight, like your website, maybe if your Insta's gorgeous with your food pics. But the most important thing is your contact information. And so again, don't worry, I got you. I've created 2 example media kit templates that you can edit with a free account on Canva. You don't even have to buy any editing software or anything. Basically, they just have all your information set up and you email it to them, and then the journalist has all your basic info if they're interested in doing a feature on you. So the easier you make it for the reporter's job, the more likely you are to be featured, and the more, you're even gonna have maybe a longer feature, because something that reporters love and desperately need is someone making their job easier. So honestly, you may not believe me when I say that, but don't be hesitant to reach out to reporters and journalists and influencers too this way. Their entire job exists of coming up with stories and content constantly, and it's not easy. So if you have something you know will interest your local community, let them know about it. You know how now every day is a new national food holiday? There are tons of them. When I am putting this up on YouTube, it is April 6th, and that's National Carbonara, National Caramel Popcorn, National Acai Bowl, National Twinkie, and National Teflon Day. Good Lord. Any one of those you can do a tie-in for. Just make sure you're getting it to them far in advance so they have time to get it developed and scheduled. So take any one of those stories, tie something into it, and suggest it in the email and attach your media kit to it. So as a matter of fact, just to give you a personal example, that's how I got on TV here in Dallas. I actually sent a press release to a local TV station in their morning show because they run, believe it or not, 6 hours a day. And I found the perfect tie-in. It was a few weeks ahead, and I pitched them doing these certain recipes for National Chocolate Day. And they were so excited. A production assistant called me. They even had me come live on air and do it twice, showing this chocolate cake that I was making and highlighting National Chocolate Day. So I'm telling you, when these shows are on for so long, Monday through Friday, how hard do you think it is to fill it up with something local, fun, and entertaining day after day after day? So trust me, if you do this well, you're doing them a huge favor. And hey, introverts, don't panic. You do not have to go on TV and cook. Again, newspapers, magazines, digital papers, digital magazines, local blogs, influencers, again, that are in the local scene. Search Insta for local hashtags. There is plenty of opportunities out there for you. And it's gonna be really well received as long as you write a nice email, it's organized, clear, it's got a nice pitch about what you want to be featured on, has that media kit attached to it, all that good stuff, because then it makes it really easy for them. So again, attach your media kit, and in the email, that's where you're going to put your story. And it can be anything from maybe your business is just starting. That's local news. Maybe, again, you can tie into one of those crazy food holidays, or there's something seasonal, whatever it is, just something juicy, you know. So maybe January's coming up and you are a healthy personal chef. That's the perfect time. If you're a nutritionist, you have a dietitian background, anything like that, they're gonna wanna do those stories in January. So hit them up at least 4 weeks ahead. Or maybe it's August, people are gearing up for back to school, and you serve families and have kid-friendly food. That is a perfect thing to pitch them. So here's another little tip that can really make you stand out, and that is, if you can do it, include a couple of very high quality pictures. A picture of you, like a headshot, a picture of you cooking in your chef's coat, that kind of thing. Because again, these people are really easy, and if you give them something they can just use, that goes a lot farther than having to send a photographer to you, which they might do anyway, but the easier you make it, the more likely it'll happen. So try, when you're searching Instagram for hashtags, I wanted to give you a few examples. Try like hashtags with your city or town, foodies, food terms, families, parenting, again, with your local town. Anything that you know that's local that fits your ideal client, and that might not be families and parenting. Maybe you are targeting seniors or targeting high-income couples and high-rises. So again, keep your person in mind and then tie a story into that. So just remember, especially when you're doing something like pitching, trying to find influencers or something online, make sure it is 100% local. You don't want something just going out there into the interwebs, because that does you zero good. So again, even an influencer is probably going to have email or contact information right in their bio. But again, when you contact them, identify, a good story or pitch that will not only be easy for them to feature you, but will be really, really interesting to their readers. And I want you to try to find 3 and just send that same message in email or DM or whatever to all 3. And, just say, I think your readers would really be interested in this. So again, this is where your media kit can come in, because if a local influencer writes a blog post or posts about your business, they want to know why it's going to be mutually beneficial. And you don't have to have a gigantic social media following. You don't even have to be on social media. That's okay. If you are, that's fantastic too. You just have to show them, again, how the story or feature will really benefit their readers or their followers. You don't want this just to be a naked, blatant pitch for them to give you some press. Because believe me, people do that and they can smell it a mile away, and that's not going to happen. So make sure you look over their website, their Insta, whatever it is where you're doing your research, looking for 3 people to pitch and kind of get a sense of who their people are, okay? Sometimes when you're doing this, I'm not gonna lie, a publication might come back to you and tell you that they charge $500 for a local business spotlight or whatever. And honestly, that just means that you ended up in the wrong department. You ended up in advertising instead of local business features, okay? Or maybe an influencer is going to come back and say, yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Here's my fee schedule for how many posts you want. That's okay. They're just not a good fit for you at this time. Most people are going to appreciate that you're coming to them with some easy content that they can use that's going to help them out and look good to their audience. So email them, DM them, see what response they come back with. A lot of them are going to be happy to share your information. The key is to find them, tell them how you can help them and or their audience, and make it easy for them. So if you're at this stage of your business where you're taking clients, then I really challenge you to do this now, or at least this week. Spend no more than an hour setting up your media kit doc. Again, you can get my free personal chef business media kit template below. You can get a free account set up on Canva if you want to edit it, or you can just use the doc for inspiration and come up with your own. Because I'm telling you, the clients are out there and they're hungry for what you're cooking, but they got to hear about you. So you got to get the word out.